Wake up to reality. Stop being stupid, girl. Girl, it's time to snap out of it. I know that sounds harsh, but sometimes the truth is the only thing that will save you from wasting years of your life on people and situations that don't deserve your energy. You've been living in a fantasy world, believing that people will change if you love them enough, that your loyalty will earn you respect, that being good to everyone means they'll be good to you. But that's not how the world works. It's time to open your eyes and see things for what they are, not what you wish they were. Look around you. How many times have you let someone treat you like an option, hoping that one day they see your worth? How many times have you stayed in situations where you were undervalued, disrespected, or taken for granted just because you were too afraid to walk away? How many times have you convinced yourself that things will get better if you just hold on a little longer? Stop lying to yourself, girl. The reality is that some people don't change. Some situations are never going to improve. Some wounds are never going to heal unless you take the knife out of your own heart and stop letting people twist it. You can't keep waiting for other people to do right by you. You can't keep expecting someone to come along and rescue you from the mess you're in. The only person who can save you is you. You have to decide that you've had enough. Enough of the lies, the broken promises, the tears, the sleepless nights. Enough of giving second, third, and fourth chances to people who never deserved the first one. Enough of shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Enough of chasing people who don't even care if you're okay. Enough. Wake up to reality. Life is too short to waste on people who don't value you, too precious to give to those who only take and never give back. You have a purpose, a destiny, a future that's bigger than the small, messy situations you've been stuck in. But you'll never reach that future if you keep living in denial. Denial is comfortable, but it's also dangerous. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of pain and disappointment. It robs you of your power, your self-respect, and your joy. So girl, open your eyes. Look at your life honestly. Who's draining you? What situations are breaking your spirit? What dreams have you put on hold because you were too busy being there for everyone else? It's time to wake up and realize that you deserve better, but you have to choose it. No one is going to hand it to you. Stand up, take a deep breath, and decide today that you're done being stupid. It's time to get real, get strong, and get moving towards the life you deserve. Recognize your patterns. But girl, let's get brutally honest. You've been stuck in a cycle. The same mistakes, the same heartbreak, the same disappointments over and over again. And every time you fall for it, you wonder, why does this keep happening to me? Let me tell you something. Life will keep sending you the same lessons in different packaging until you finally get the message. And that message is simple. You need to recognize your patterns. Until you do, you keep living in the same nightmare, just with different faces and different names. Let's talk about those patterns. Every time someone gives you the bare minimum, you accept it like it's a prize. Every time someone treats you like an option, you convince yourself it's just a phase. Every time someone crosses your boundaries, you let it slide because you're afraid to lose them. And every time you let these things slide, you're teaching people how to treat you. And guess what? They're taking notes. They're learning that they can get away with it. And that's why it keeps happening. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself in the same situation with a different person? How many times have you given chance after chance to someone who didn't even respect you enough to be honest? How many times have you stayed up at night crying, telling yourself that maybe if you just try harder, love harder, or forgive faster, things will finally get better? Girl, let's be real. That's a pattern of self-betrayal. And it stops today. It's time to get out a pen and paper. Yes, right now. And start writing down every single time you've accepted less than you deserve. Every time you ignored the red flags. Every time you settled. Every time you let your loneliness convince you that any company was better than none. Look at that list. Stare at it. Because until you see the cycle, you can't break it. Awareness is the first step toward change. Recognizing your patterns is not about beating yourself up. It's about taking your power back. It's about saying no more. It's about choosing to love yourself enough to stop repeating the same mistakes. It's about understanding that you can change the people around you, but you can change how you respond to them. You can choose to set boundaries, to walk away, to demand respect, to protect your heart. That's what growth looks like. So girl, be honest with yourself. What's the common denominator in all these situations? It's you. But that's not a reason to feel ashamed. It's a reason to feel empowered. Because if you're the one making the choices, then you're the one who can make different choices. You can break the cycle. You can rewrite your story. You can finally step into the life you deserve. No more living on autopilot. No more ignoring the signs. No more self-sabotage. Recognize your patterns, girl, and choose better, because you are better. And it's time the world and you know it. Cut the excuses. Girl, let's get straight to the point. You've been making way too many excuses for people who don't deserve them. Every time someone disappoints you, you find a way to justify their behavior. He's just stressed. She's going through something. They didn't mean to hurt me. Stop. Just stop. Because every time you make an excuse for someone else's bad behavior, you're telling yourself that your feelings don't matter. And that's a lie you can't afford to keep telling yourself. Here's the cold hard truth. People treat you how they want to treat you. If they wanted to be there for you, they would be. If they wanted to make you a priority, they would. If they truly valued you, they'd show it with their actions, not just their words. Excuses are just a way of delaying the inevitable. The realization that some people simply don't care enough. And the longer you hold on to those excuses, the longer you're stuck in a cycle of hurt, confusion, and disappointment. Let's talk about some of the excuses you keep making. They're just busy. Newsflash, we're all busy. But the right people make time for the ones they care about. They're still healing from their past. That's not your burden to carry, girl. Healing is a personal journey, and you are not their therapist. They're going to change. Maybe, but probably not. People change when they choose to. Not because you keep hoping they will, and while you're busy waiting for them to become who you need them to be, you're losing precious time and energy that could be spent on people who are already capable of giving you what you deserve. Excuses keep you stuck. They keep you from seeing the truth. And the truth is, you can't force someone to treat you right. You can't love someone into being loyal. You can't fix someone's brokenness with your patience. And you definitely can't build a healthy relationship with someone who doesn't even respect you. Stop making excuses for people who would never make excuses for you. If the roles were reversed, do you really think they'd keep forgiving you the way you keep forgiving them? Probably not. It's time to face the facts. Excuses are just another way of holding on to a fantasy. A fantasy where they change. A fantasy where they suddenly realize your worth. A fantasy where everything just works out. But life isn't a fantasy, girl. It's real. And in the real world, people show you who they are with their actions. Believe them the first time. You owe it to yourself to stop making excuses, to stop giving chance after chance to people who've already shown you who they are, to stop justifying their bad behavior at the expense of your own peace. You deserve better than that. You deserve honesty. You deserve respect. You deserve someone who shows up consistently without needing a list of excuses for why they can't. So girl, cut the excuses. Let go of the people who make you feel like you're hard to love. Let go of the relationships that drain you. Let go of the stories you've been telling yourself to protect people who hurt you. Because the moment you stop making excuses is the moment you start making room for the life and the love you truly deserve. Set boundaries like a queen. Girl, let's talk about one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't walls that shut everyone out. They're bridges that lead the right people in while keeping the wrong ones out. They're like an invisible crown you wear. One that says, I know my worth, and I'm not going to settle for anything less than respect. If you want to stop being treated like an option, you need to start acting like a priority. And that starts with setting boundaries like a queen. Boundaries are not about being mean or cold-hearted. They're about protecting your energy, your heart, and your peace of mind. Every time you let someone cross a boundary without consequence, you teach them that it's okay to disrespect you. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you're telling the world that your needs don't matter. And every time you shrink yourself to avoid conflict, you're giving up a piece of your power. Enough of that. Think about the areas of your life where you've let boundaries slide. Is it that friend who only calls when she needs something? That partner who never shows up but always expects you to? That family member who crosses the line and then says, I'm just being honest, when they're really just being hurtful? It's time to draw the line, girl. Because when you set boundaries, you teach people how to treat you. And those who truly love you will respect those boundaries, not resent them. Setting boundaries means saying no without guilt. It means walking away from conversations that drain you. It means standing up for yourself even when your voice shakes. It means no longer explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It means recognizing that it's not your job to carry other people's baggage, fix their problems, or heal their wounds. It's about prioritizing your own well-being, even if that means disappointing a few people along the way. Here's the truth. The only people who will be upset about your boundaries are the ones who benefited from you having none. Let that sink in. If someone gets angry or tries to guilt trip you for having standards, that's their problem, not yours. Boundaries reveal who's in your corner and who's just there for convenience. They separate the people who truly care about you from the ones who just want to use you. Well, remember, setting boundaries is an act of self-love. It's a declaration that you respect yourself too much to be treated like a doormat. It's you choosing to stand tall in your worth, refusing to settle for crumbs when you deserve a feast. So wear that crown with pride. Say no when you need to. Walk away when it's time. Protect your energy like it's sacred. Because it is. When you set boundaries like a queen, you stop being stupid. You start being unstoppable. Prioritize your growth. Let's talk about what truly matters in your life. Your growth. Not his potential, not her opinion, not their approval. Your growth is the single most important investment you will ever make. Because without it, you're just treading water in someone else's sea. And let's be honest, you've spent too much time worrying about everyone else's needs, chasing love, chasing validation, and neglecting the one person who should matter most. You. Let's be real, growth isn't always pretty. It's not just about posting inspirational quotes on Instagram or reading self-help books. Growth is about looking in the mirror and owning your mistakes. It's about confronting your fears and doing the hard work to heal. It's about choosing to rise above the chaos and build the life you deserve. Brick. It's about deciding that you're done settling for less, done letting people walk all over you, and done living a life that's too small for your spirit. Think about all the time you've wasted trying to fix people who didn't want to be fixed, waiting for someone to change, or hoping that circumstances would magically improve. All that energy? Imagine channeling it into becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine investing that energy into learning new skills, nurturing your passions, and developing confidence that radiates from the inside out. That's how you stop being a girl who waits and become a woman who creates. Prioritizing your growth means making yourself a priority. It means taking time to reflect on where you've been and where you're going. It means asking yourself tough questions. Who am I becoming? What kind of life do I want to live? What am I tolerating that I shouldn't be? What am I afraid of? Growth is about making choices that align with your highest self, even when they're uncomfortable. It's about letting go of relationships that stunt your growth and seeking out those that nurture it. Growth also means embracing change. Too many times you've clung to the familiar just because it felt safe. But safe doesn't mean good, girl. Safe often means stagnant, and you weren't born to stay stuck in the same place. You were born to evolve, to challenge yourself, to learn from every experience, even the painful ones. That's how you build resilience. That's how you become unstoppable. So girl, stop putting everyone else's growth ahead of your own. Stop waiting for someone to come along and save you. You are your own hero. You are the one who decides whether you rise or fall. You are the one who can rewrite your story. Make a promise to yourself right now. I will choose me. I will invest in my growth. I will become the woman I've always wanted to be. Because when you prioritize your growth, you step out of the shadows of mediocrity and into the light of your full potential. Stop being stupid, girl. Stop growing. Your future self is waiting for you, and she's worth every bit of effort it takes. Embrace self-love. Girl, let's talk about something you've probably neglected for far too long. Self-love. Not the superficial kind that's all about bubble baths and face masks, although those are nice too, but the deep, soul-affirming love that comes from knowing your worth, respecting yourself, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. Because let's face it, if you don't love yourself first, no one else's love will ever be enough. Self-love isn't just about feeling good. It's about honoring your own needs. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, I am enough. It's about refusing to let someone else's opinions or actions define your worth. So many times, you've let people's negativity, criticisms, or betrayals make you doubt yourself. But let me tell you something. The way people treat you is a reflection of them. not you. Your value doesn't decrease because someone couldn't see it. Your worth doesn't disappear because someone else walked away. Self-love means being kind to yourself. It means giving yourself the same grace and compassion you so easily give to everyone else. It means forgiving yourself for the mistakes you made when you didn't know any better. It means not punishing yourself for the times you let someone's words or actions make you feel small. You've carried so many burdens that were never yours to carry. Other people's expectations, their judgments, their pain. It's time to put those down. You are not responsible for fixing everyone else's problems. You are responsible for loving yourself enough to walk away from what hurts and step into what heals. Self-love also means setting standards. It means refusing to settle for someone who only loves you halfway. It means not tolerating disrespect, inconsistency, or emotional games. It means believing that you deserve the same loyalty, respect, and honesty that you give to others. And if someone can't meet those standards, it's not your job to lower them. It's your job to move on. Because loving yourself means choosing peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and respect over empty promises. Here's the real magic of self-love. When you love yourself deeply and unapologetically, you teach others how to love you too. You radiate confidence, strength, and authenticity. You attract people who see your worth, not just your beauty. You inspire others to rise to your level instead of dragging you down to theirs. And even when life gets hard, and it will, you have the strength to stand tall, knowing that you are your own best friend, your own greatest champion. So, girl, make a promise to yourself right now. I will love myself enough to choose what's best for me. I will love myself enough to walk away from what hurts and run toward what heals. I will love myself enough to treat myself like the queen I am. Because self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's the foundation for every other kind of love. When you embrace self-love, you stop being stupid and you start becoming unstoppable. Stop seeking validation. Bro, let's talk about one of the biggest traps we fall into: the endless cycle of seeking validation from everyone around us. How many times have you found yourself waiting for a compliment, a like on social media, or someone's approval just to feel good about yourself? It's exhausting, isn't it? But let me tell you the truth. As long as you depend on others to validate your worth, you'll always be at the mercy of their opinions. And that, my dear, is how you stay stuck. Seeking validation is a silent prison. It keeps you living in a constant state of insecurity, always wondering, am I good enough? Do they like me? Am I worthy of love? Let me be real with you. No amount of praise, no number of followers, no external applause will ever be enough if you don't validate yourself first. Because when you seek validation, you're giving away your power. You're saying, my worth is determined by what other people think of me. And that's a lie. Girl, you are born worthy. Your value isn't up for debate. It's not a prize that someone else gets to decide you've earned. It's inherent. It's non-negotiable. It's the birthright that comes with simply being you. The moment you realize that your worth is self-defined, you step out of the chains of other people's expectations and into the freedom of self-acceptance. You stop living for likes and start living for purpose. You stop chasing approval and start chasing your own growth. Understand this: the people who matter, the ones who truly love and respect you, don't need you to prove yourself to them. They see your worth without you having to perform. The ones who demand constant explanation, validation, or justification, they're not your people. You don't owe them your energy. Because when you stop seeking validation, you finally learn to trust your own voice. You begin to realize that your intuition, your gut, your inner knowing is the compass that will lead you to the life you truly desire. So how do you break free from the validation trap? Start by affirming yourself daily. Speak love over your life. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am enough. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Stop comparing your journey to anyone else's highlight reel. Remember that social media is a curated illusion and real life happens off screen. Focus on your own growth, your own dreams, your own happiness. Because when you're aligned with who you truly are, you don't need anyone to clap for you. You become your own biggest cheerleader. Girl, promise me this. From this day forward, you'll stop seeking validation from those who wouldn't know your worth if it hit them in the face. You'll start living life on your own terms, guided by your values and passions. Because the day you stop seeking validation is the day you reclaim your power. That's when you stop being stupid and start becoming unstoppable. Celebrate every step. Girl, let's talk about the most overlooked part of becoming the best version of yourself, celebrating every single step you take. Because too often we get so caught up in chasing the next big thing that we forget to honor how far we've already come. We forget that growth is a journey, not a race. And every step you take toward becoming the woman you're meant to be deserves to be acknowledged. You see, too many girls beat themselves up for not being there yet, wherever there is supposed to be. They think they'll finally be happy when they get the dream job, the relationship, the recognition, the validation. But let me tell you something, happiness isn't a destination, it's a mindset. It's about appreciating the small wins as much as the big ones. It's about celebrating the fact that you showed up for yourself today, even when it was hard. It's about honoring the courage it took to let go of what wasn't serving you, to stand up for yourself, and to take one step forward, even if it was shaky. Celebrating every step means being proud of the progress you're making, even if it doesn't look like much to the outside world. Did you set a boundary today? Celebrate that. Did you choose peace over chaos? Celebrate that. Did you say no to someone who used to take advantage of you? That's worth celebrating. Because every small choice, every tiny act of courage, every decision to prioritize yourself is a victory. And those victories, girl, are the building blocks of the life you're creating. So stop waiting for some big moment to feel proud of yourself. Stop holding your breath until everything is perfect, because guess what? It never will be. Life is messy, growth is messy, and perfection is a myth. Instead, choose to celebrate the messy, imperfect, beautiful process of becoming who you're meant to be. Because every step you take, every tear shed, every hard conversation, every moment you chose strength over fear is proof that you're moving forward. When you celebrate every step, you fuel your own motivation. You remind yourself that you're capable, that you're strong, that you're unstoppable. You build momentum that carries you through the tough days. And you cultivate a mindset of gratitude that helps you find joy even in the struggle. So girl, promise me this. From now on, you'll celebrate you. Every single step. Every tiny victory. Every inch of progress. Because you're not the same girl you were a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. You're growing, evolving, and becoming the woman you're meant to be. That's worth celebrating every single day. Stop being stupid, girl. Start celebrating every step. Because when you honor your journey, you build the strength, resilience, and self-love that no one can take away from you. And that's how you step into your power. One small celebration at a time. Girl, if you've made it to the end of this journey with me, take a moment and breathe. Because this isn't just the end of a motivational speech. It's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. A chapter where you stop being the girl who lets fear, insecurity, and the opinions of others hold her back. A chapter where you embrace your strength, your worth, and your power unapologetically. Throughout this video, we've talked about some hard truths. We've talked about letting go of self-doubt, choosing to grow, taking responsibility for your life, and learning how to love yourself deeply. We've talked about stopping the chase for validation from people who don't even deserve a seat at your table. We've talked about making choices that honor your dreams, not just your fears. And most importantly, we've talked about celebrating every step of the journey, because every step matters. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not here to be anyone's second choice, anyone's afterthought, or anyone's backup plan. You are not here to be small, to play safe, or to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You are here to shine, to stand tall, to own your worth, and to make decisions that reflect the woman you are becoming, not the girl you used to be. Life is too short to waste on people who can't see your value, or on habits that drain your energy. It's too precious to spend one more day doubting yourself or waiting for someone else to validate your dreams. The world needs you to be strong, authentic, and fierce. The world needs your voice, your ideas, and your passion. So stop playing small and start stepping into the woman you were always meant to be. When you stop being stupid, in other words, when you stop letting other people's opinions define you, when you stop making excuses, when you stop ignoring your own needs, you become unstoppable. You become the girl who walks into every room with confidence, who chooses herself every single time, and who rises even after she falls. So girl, here's my challenge to you. Every day, choose to be the hero of your own story. Choose to walk away from anything that dims your light. Choose to trust yourself, even when no one else does. Choose to be the girl who is bold enough to chase her dreams, strong enough to face her fears, and wise enough to know that the journey is just as beautiful as the destination. You are powerful, you are worthy, you are more than enough, and it's time for you to believe that with every fiber of your being. So promise yourself this: from this moment on, you will stop being stupid, and you will start being unstoppable. Now go out there, girl, and show the world who you really are. Your time is now, and your journey has just begun.